Hello, I'm the Urban Omnist, and I really hate wearing these things. But I did for about a year and a half because I lived in Portland, and where I worked, you had to wear them all the time. So I wore it every single day. When I moved to Texas, people weren't wearing them quite as much, and after a while, I just stopped wearing them altogether. Now, this is not a video about whether or not masks are effective. There are countless studies and news stories and articles talking about how they're effective to greater or lesser degrees and how certain ones are more effective, these probably not being all that effective whatsoever compared to the N95 masks. But what this video is about is how people treated each other. When the pandemic broke out several years ago, I put out a video, and the one thing I really hoped in that video was that a great tragedy like a global pandemic was going to bring everyone together. Instead, we got politics. I remember when Trump was first coming out with the vaccine or putting money into creating a vaccine, and people on the left were saying, well, I'm not going to take a vaccine that the Republicans came up with. And not a couple years later, when the vaccines actually came out, the exact same vaccines that Trump was coming out with, suddenly it was the right who was refusing to take them, and the left who was saying everybody must take them. And this saddens me. This really saddens me because it felt very quickly like whether or not people wore one of these had nothing to do with whether or not it was necessary, or necessary for them, whether or not they felt they were in danger or not. It unfortunately became a symbol of which side you were on. And there were some people who just couldn't imagine walking into an establishment without wearing one, and other people who maybe even if they thought they should be wearing one, didn't want to wear one going to church maybe, because they thought they would be looked at as the other side. This is something that has always really bothered me with religions, with belief systems, with political parties, with just about everything. We wind up with signals like this. And what's sad isn't just that people are othering other people, either for wearing masks or not wearing masks, but more that we are making our decisions based more on what group we're with instead of what actually matters. Now, I do sort of hope that Omnists in general are hopefully looking beyond that, because I kind of feel like in the long run that's kind of what Omnism is about, is, well, just flat out looking beyond the mask. I'm the Urban Omnist, not wearing a mask right now.